Welcome to Next to Madison, a podcast to help you live your best life.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Next to Madison. You are listening to episode 129. Today we are talking about health. I'm sitting down with an expert, a doctor in the area of pH balance. He has partnered on a product that was developed by a man that he'll go into more detail about to help achieve the highest pH level your body can achieve. Now, don't tune out if you're like, oh, this episode isn't for me. It is for you. If you have a body, it's for you. pH balance in your body, meaning there's less acidity, I can't even speak, acidity, less acid in your body, will help you heal and help you fight diseases and even things like COVID. We're going to hear a remarkable story about how an older gentleman who is 91 years old got COVID, was in the ICU, had his wife bring him this product that we're talking about today, tell the doctors it was holy water, and which it kind of is. And he was taking this product and walked out 3 days later perfectly fine. I mean, this product is amazing. So we all want optimal health because health is wealth. We all want wealth, but we can't get wealth unless we have health. So if this is something you can simply add to your routine, they sent me the bottle. I've been taking it for a week. Maybe my energy levels sound a little higher. I don't know. But I feel like my skin looks brighter. I feel like I have a bit more energy. I have to keep taking it. I haven't slept well, so I've just been a little frazzled. But I'm excited to have him come on and talk more about the importance of pH levels in our body and how we can all be one step healthier and get to that optimal level so we can be at our best to then attract wealth, which is something I always talk about on this podcast as well. I am with our guest now, Dr. Nooristani. I might have butchered his name like I always do. Nooristani.
Yeah, Nooristani. There we go.
How are you? Okay, so I talked in my intro about pH and pH levels and why it's so important in the body. You guys, you're part of a product. So the first thing I want to ask you before we get into the product and all that noise is I wanted you to explain to people what the pH level in the body is.
Okay, so just remember, I think pH is a very confusing subject, okay? So pH is just basically a measuring unit, nothing more. You know how you measure distance? It's by feet or by meters, whatever you use as a measuring unit. So, so we said, okay, let's figure out everything where they fit in pH scale, from 0 to 14, 7 being in the middle, we call it neutral. Above that is alkaline, below that is acid. Now, your body ranges a significant amount on either direction, depending on which part of the body you're testing. I'll give you an example. Your stomach is extremely acidic. Its pH is literally 2 to 3. That's why it breaks down all the meat and everything else that you eat. Skin is about 5 to 6. Your blood, which is the most important part of it, is between 7.3 to 7.4. Okay, and these are the small changes or extreme change between the pH. They work as logarithmic scale. So a 0.1 change is a significant amount. It's 10 times the effect. So people saying, okay, you know what, I got to be neutral. No, it can't be neutral in the body. Depending on which part of the body you're targeting, what you want to do, and how you want to change that skills apply specifically for that, right? Your immune system gets stimulated at a certain pH. While your stomach is activated or works best at certain pH, your skin works best at different pH. So keep that in mind. It's just nothing but measurement. For our conversation of why pH becomes so important in the body, we're focusing on blood and what it does at the cellular level, which continuously changing, right? And your this is a fight that your body wants to bring it back to where your body needs to be optimized. So from that standpoint, that's just, so basically that is the definition of pH, of how it will, why we should pay attention to it. But we're not going to get into the detail too much because everybody part is different. So some people will say, well, I want to become neutral. Well, no, you'd be dead if you were neutral. If your blood is neutral, you're dead. Good luck. Okay. Some messages from upstairs. But yeah, so I think we just have to be really careful. But now what we have realized in the body, in the bloodstream, that the pH, if it is a little alkaline, your body perform the best. Okay, all your immune system and everything else, the blood control, literally the cell at the cellular level, needs that pH to be a little more toward alkaline side and to function better. Okay, that's just the design, human genetically designed that way.
Okay.
Now the junk that we eat and everything that we put inside, and also the environmental effect, the smog, the climate, etc. All that has a negative effect in our system and forces our body to be more toward acidic than we're supposed to be. Now your body does everything possible to bring it back to be optimal, right? It uses all the resources in your body, whether it's get it from your bone, your kidneys are working, your lungs are working extra, all that just to bring it where it's an optimal condition. A good example will be drinking soda. I saw you drink your lemonade, so good for you.
It's Crystal Light. I don't know. Maybe that's bad.
Oh, okay. Oh, it looks like, okay, there we go. So good thing it's not the soda, right?
No.
I'm giving an example of the soda. I mean, they're extremely acidic and has tons of sugar. So as soon as it goes in, now your body has to work so hard to filter that, get rid of it and balance your pH again. Now, when you do this over and over and over and over again, over the years, your body is just getting exhausted in a slow pace. And now your body is not in optimal condition. And now you're going to see all sort of disease, that happens to you. Anything that you name it, from high blood pressure to diabetes to cancers to osteoporosis, you just name it, everything is related to this pH.
Isn't that amazing? Because you just don't, many people just don't think about it, right? If they're trying to stay skinnier, maybe some people go to the diet soda, which is even worse for you and probably has more acidity in it.
So I think people are associating skinniness or being obese or fat or to health. And those are completely two separate issues, right? You could be as skinny as you want, but if you're eating all junk food but you're eating less calorie of junk food, you could have the highest cholesterol level, worse than somebody who's 300 pounds. So those two are completely separate issue. Eating healthy and eating too much are two different things, because in body transform everything into calories, right? No matter what you eat, you could eat grass or you could eat, cheese all day long.
Right.
It converts it to one thing that it knows, and it is sugar. And that extra sugar gets to fat. It just body converts it. That's how we're designed. So now the better calories that you eat, for example, if you eat fruits and vegetables, all the minerals and all the healthy stuff that your body needs, now your body takes that and then converts whatever is left over into sugar again. So it's very important. And, that's why a lot of these new fashion diet, which I'm not crazy about any of them, they're calorie reduction. Oh, like for example, some of these diets say you eat whatever you want, anything you want, you can eat it. That's great. You're gonna lose weight. We guarantee it. That's absolutely true because they are calorie reduction in total amount of calorie.
Right. So what do you think about the speaking of the fad diets, like the intermittent fasting?
So anytime you fast, doesn't matter how often you do it, you gave your body an opportunity to readjust, recycle, kind of gave it a break, like you're driving constantly at 100 miles an hour every day. Imagine if you park your car for a few days and then restart it and, give it some enough better fuel. So it gives the body a little break and it kind of re-energizes the system. So yes, I believe that this intermittent fasting does work, but once again, it comes down to one thing. Are you going to do it once in a while, or are you doing it on a routinely basis? Because if you do it once in a while, it doesn't make any sense, right? It's a waste of time. It just makes you happy for 10 seconds.
Right, right. So wait, so how often should one fast? Like, should they fast a full day?
So the thing is, there's no set criteria. I'll give you some of the examples. For example, in Islamic religion, you have to fast the whole month. They have a holy month of Ramadan, which you fast in the morning, and you fast, you don't eat or drink from morning to night, right? From sunrise to sunset. Do you see people become healthier or no? Because they eat a lot at nighttime. So it just kind of fasting makes sense. Once again, it's all about calorie. I think the simplest example I gave you, I don't think your audience is going to love this or hate me for it, but anyways, this is going to hit a home run.
Okay.
What do cows eat?
Grass.
Okay. Is grass fatty?
No.
Is it fried?
No.
Do cows drink sodas?
No.
Sugars? Meats? Nothing, right? But why cows are getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day? They have the healthiest diet.
Right.
So tell me why they are getting fatter and fatter every day. Every time you look at the cow, the next month is going to be bigger.
I don't know.
Because they eat too much of it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So,
I didn't realize how many calories were in grass.
so there's enough that it gets converted to fat, muscles, everything else, right? So people who are in a salad diet, right? Do you think they're going to lose weight? Absolutely not. They're going to gain weight. Because if they eat this big pot of just lettuce, guess what? It has calories. So it adds up. If you count calories, at the end of the day, your body's work one way: calories, calories, and calories.
Wow, I know. So how do you stay at an optimal weight level and pH level? Just reducing the calories and the types of food?
So it's all to do about how much you eat and what kind of food you eat. So in order to be in balance, obviously fruit diets that are primarily focused in fruits and vegetables, a good portion of it. Now, I don't believe personally, I've been doing this for 15 years. I don't believe in strict diets. Okay. I believe in moderation. I believe that you got to enjoy everything, and your body needs everything of everything. That's there for you for a reason.
Yeah, right.
It's moderation. So I mean, except all the junk food and fried, extra fried food and drinks, I think, just eating a good portion of fruits and vegetables, and you can eat your meat not as much. So having a balance, and then watch how much of it you eat. If you want to lose weight, calorie count. Eat that, a little bit less of that, and exercise. Now, unless you're an elite athlete, that you can lose a significant amount of weight during exercise. The rest of us, we just, no. I mean, did you work out yesterday?
Did I work out yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm actually going to go after this podcast.
Woohoo! Now, how many calories do you think you lost?
Well, according to my watch, my Apple Watch, which who knows how accurate that crap is, I only burned like 300 calories.
Oh, let's say if you had a donut, there we go, 500 calorie, and all you did when your exercise is gone.
I know.
So I tell people continuously, I keep on telling my patient, hey guys, exercise is not about you losing weight. Exercise is about you getting healthy. Building your heart muscle, make it stronger so you have better vascular system, better circulation. The control, there's a component of it helps you out if you have high blood pressure, reduce pressure, and also reduce amount of stress. It does so much more because it releases so much other hormones in your body. So exercise is important, not to lose weight. Exercise is important to stay healthy, mentally, physically, emotionally. It releases amazing hormone in your system that keeps you healthy and happy. But not to lose weight unless you're an ultra athlete that does, exercise for 3, 4, 5 hours of, extended. the period of time, like, your football players or your basketball players, etc., or swimmers, right? They eat thousands of calories. They need it because they lose all of that.
Yeah.
So the rest of us, you and I, gotta watch what we eat. No matter how many times I go to the gym, I'm gonna do a 500, maybe if I'm lucky and I push myself to max. That's it.
I know. It's amazing how hard it is to burn certain
Yeah.
calories.
Well, no, you're not supposed to burn it in exercise. Your body will burn it if you just sit in your couch and eat less. You're gonna burn a lot more calorie, as opposed to, hey, walking in treadmill, for 20 minutes or running and burning a sweat. Okay, 200 calories. There we go. You got, a nice chunk of this amazing, cake, and there it goes. A slice of pizza. There it goes, right? Those exercise went down as far as calorie.
Yeah.
But it does so much more for your body as far as being healthy. That becomes, it's prominent. I mean, it's just transform you internally when you exercise. There's so much more benefits.
Yes.
We'll talk about that some other time, maybe.
Yeah, right. No, that's true. So let's talk about foods before we get into the product. Foods that help raise your pH level in your body, in your blood.
Okay. Majority of your greens and fruits. So vegetables and fruits, or your main source of majority of them are alkaline in nature. It means they fall into an alkaline category on the basic foods, right? So there are tons of studies have done and shows eating those vegetables and fruits in general, you will be a lot healthier because it changes your pH of the body. So a major portion of that, meat, refined food, sugars, fast food, all that are acidic. So you put that on the side. But if you focus on vegetable, it doesn't matter what vegetable, which one is better. Honestly, we don't have to nitpick now. Which one is better than the other one, right? Just fruits and vegetables. If you can do that as part of your daily diet, I think that'd be amazing.
So what do you think of that product? I see it advertised all the time, Balance of Nature.
Balance of Nature?
Yeah, it's ground up fruits and vegetables in a pill form because most people don't get the proper amount of fruits and veggies every day. So
Okay.
it's a pill where they grind up everything and then
so
maybe I should take that.
Well, what are you gonna eat after that?
Nothing. I don't know. It depends on the day. Yeah, right. I know. Maybe Taco Bell if I'm having one though. No, that's fair though.
So one of the things that I say, once again, I love supplements because we don't eat enough of good things, right? So supplement plays a big role, but there's no way they're gonna replace what you should eat. There's no way. I don't care what pill is coming in which direction. That's not gonna do it because remember, if it's not fresh, it loses a lot of things. It gets processed, it loses things. It's grinded, whatever refined process they go through, it loses a lot of things. And all these process adds things to increase the shelf life of these products, right? Oh, guess what? All that stuff is things that are not supposed to eat to begin with. So as much as they are beneficial, but I don't want people to just get that. Oh, I got my fruits and vegetables, 3 pills. No, great.
Right.
Doesn't happen.
That is true. Okay, so I received, so the product that you are behind is called Balance7, and I want you to tell us about that product because when you guys sent me the product, there was a note, and I want you to go into the story about the 91-year-old gentleman. Maybe he's 92 now.
Yeah.
So go in. So he was the one that founded it, and then you couldn't believe you were his doctor, correct?
Yeah. So
let's go to that. I want to hear the story.
Yeah, this is it's an amazing story. So I was working in the hospital. I do critical care as well as the internal medicine. So I was in intensive care unit, and when he came in, he was sick with 3 different viruses. In the dying. And so he was very sick. So we took care of him. He got better. The second or the third day, we started talking because that's the only time he could talk. After that, and we started conversation about blackjack, if you believe it or not. He's a shark, by the way. So he said, hey, let me teach you how to be the dealer. So we talked about that. That's the conversation that started. Then he said, let me run something by you. I've created something, that I think is going to transform the human body. It does a lot of good things in health. I have done it in Africa. And what do you think? I said, okay, let me just see what it is, because I'm one of those physicians that doesn't turn down anything. I got to do my due diligence. I got to find out what it is, do my research, and then say, okay, it's crap or no, it's great, whatever. And I've done that over the last 15 years. So I'm open-minded, because in my practice, if FDA says it's not good, it's not good, right? We don't do alternative medicine. We didn't, we're not trained to do that. We just go by trial, clinical trial. But we're one of the few physicians, small percentage that also open-minded to everything else, right? Because we believe it's different when it comes to medicine and caring for patients. So I said, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. I didn't laugh at what he said or done. And so I went into detail about what is going on, what it is, what is the potential, what it could be. And then I said, okay, now it's time to put it in action, right? So I started giving it to my patients. I took it myself first, because I got to do it myself. It's like, I got to do this. I tried, because I had really bad indigestion and heartburn, right? I had really bad one. I was taking medication all the time. And one of the things the medication does, it takes it away like that. So the first shot I had, I was like, oh, I'm not feeling that reflux. I'm not feeling that burning anymore. And then as I continued to do that, I stopped my medications. So I was like, okay, so it's working on me. And I got full of energy. I was not taking naps anymore. I worked crazy hours in ICU and in hospital. So I was like, let me just, now I dove down even farther into research of why. The why part of it was so important to me. And then I started giving it to my patients, and now I saw their response. Pretty much everybody came in with the same conclusion or same response and same effect. And so I was like, wow, it's phenomenal what it does, right? I mean, people come in, I don't have joint aches and pain anymore. I'm more focused. I don't have fogginess, mental clarity. I mean, there's just so much more. So I said, okay, so there's something to this product. And then we, he reached out to me and he said, so I called him, I said, yeah, I love the product, so he reached out to me and said, if you want to be part of the company, and then became the CEO of the company. So
and how long has it been around?
So now this has been around for over 10 plus years, but it was mainly marketed in Africa in a different way. And I have thousands testimonials from physicians there and also patients. It's unreal what has done there. Transformation was so different. A little bit different formally, because we had to, kind of change a few things here, small changes. To make it more palatable here for consumer in United States. But yeah, it's been 10 plus years there, and we've been doing it for a couple of years here. It's just been unreal. It's just unreal.
Yeah, it's great. I've been taking it for like 4 or 5 days, and I feel better. I'm only tired because I haven't slept, because I have a dog that is shitting everywhere, as we talked about earlier, and she's waking me up in the middle of the night all the time. I'm like, is this what it's like to be a mom? So I'm getting a taste of that. But that's the only reason I'm tired, but it's great. But I want to talk about the taste.
Yeah.
The taste it's very manageable. It's like nothing. But is the taste because in the note it said, if your body truly needs it, the taste is going to be worse at first.
Yes. So I'll tell you, I even changed the taste a little bit. We added the lemon flavor to it because of the taste of it. Okay. So initially it was just raw. I still like the original formula that without anything, because your saliva your pH around your oral mucosa is a very acidic environment, and it's a little bit of indication of how bad things are within. So when you take this high shot of like high alkaline, and now it mixes with that acid, oh, the taste is awful initially. But as the time goes by, that taste changes. Number one, your body, obviously, your brain get used to the sensation or the taste, right? So I don't, I don't want people associated that for good or bad. It's just all the receptor in your brain picks up different things, right? Eating sushi, that's not fun to eat it first time. You got to take it 10 times before you get used to, right? Raw fish, just sashimi. So it's tough to get used to. So this is new. Your taste bud hasn't tried something like that ever. So when it hits your taste buds, and then you have that reaction. But it also tells you your body is not in good condition because it's really acidic. Now,
yeah, because I mean, when I first took it, I was laughing because it wasn't that bad, but I was like, like, can I tell you what it tasted like? This is still a comedy podcast, so I got to go there.
Go ahead.
It honestly tastes like semen. To me, that's
Oh, okay, good to know. All right.
that was the first thing that was the first thing that crossed my mind. I was like, oh my God.
Okay, so
But
all right, so
just a little salty.
yes, but the thing was that also it's a good so I didn't want to make this sweet or sugary or any shape or form. Can I do it? The answer is absolutely yes. There's a reason. I mean, I changed it a tiny bit so it is tolerable. It's not bad, and as I said, after a couple of weeks, you get used to it. You won't even taste it anymore.
It's really not bad at all. Like I don't. Yeah.
So from that standpoint, but it also tells you it's a constant reminder that your body needs to be in balance. So when you take it, be like, I got to be healthier. So it's a constant reminder to you to be healthy, to do well, to exercise, to eat right. Because as soon as you put in a lot of, let's say you drink coffee or, soda, and guess what happens? It becomes so acidic, right? And so if you drink that, the taste is going to be a lot worse because now the pH is, the difference between the pHs are so enormous that you feel that sensation or that feeling of it's strong, it's not tasting as good.
Right. So here's the thing in the morning, because you guys sent this to me, thank you so much, was I was doing my coffee first, and then a half hour later I would do the shot. Should I do the shot first and then the coffee? Or can I do the shot and then do the coffee?
As long as half an hour before or after, it doesn't really matter. But the thing is, it's a slow process of bringing your body better and better and better and better, so you don't feel it as much. And once again, everything good or bad, no matter how things taste bad or good, your body gets used to it. Your sensors in your brain becomes more accepting of it, and the changes happen automatically with the pH. So all that will go away eventually. Is it going to be one of those like, yum, I got to, no, the answer is no. Some people like it. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's not an ice cream, right? Or it's not something yummy and tasty. And that is not the point. I've made it deliberately not to taste amazing in that sense of it's a constant reminder. Otherwise, you're not gonna remember to remain healthy.
So the worse it tastes, that means the more unhealthy you are at the moment, and the better it tastes means that you're finally getting into alignment.
Correct. And then, as I said, even the
that's good to know.
Yeah. So think about it. All the dental cavities people get, what is it from? Acidic environment that's created by bacteria, and they convert that, and now they eat your basically the teeth, right? The bad bacteria with acidic environment.
Yeah.
So changing that environment. Now think about that and think what happened internally, that battle that happens. And now your body's gonna react to different situation and how it could prompt your immune system to defend itself, right? So people ask me, hey, what does Balance7 do? Nothing. It just allow your body to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, it just tells your body what to do. It brings it to where it's supposed to do, and now your body does everything. So the effect of Balance7 is not just, indigestion is going to take care of you. No, it's going to help your body to be at its best shape, takes care of itself in so many different areas, right? So it allows your own body to do what it's supposed to do. That's all.
No, that's very, because I remember first hearing about pH levels of, to raise it, and it helps, cure diseases and get rid of them and help not breed new ones. And my friend, this was like 10 years ago, he had this special water filter. I think it was like $5,000. It was something ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he goes, this will make my water have a higher pH balance, which will help get rid of, any ailments or things like that. And he had spent all this money on this machine.
Yeah.
Most people cannot afford that.
Well, here's the problem with that machine.
Great, easy way. I'm going to tell him about it. I'm going to send him this episode because he's really into this stuff, owns a wellness center. He'll be all over this.
But look, let me give you something that even save you. Tell your friend that I'm going to just save them thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
That machine is a gimmick.
Do you know what machine I'm talking about? It's like 10 years old.
I know. I'll tell him. You can say, ha, you sucker. I'm just kidding. Don't tell him that.
I know.
So the machines are designed, it's called, alkaline product, or the water came about maybe 20 years ago. Started from Japan and just kind of made its way here. It's an electrolyzer. The machine is called electrolyzer. Your water goes into the machine. There's an electric current goes in the water. It separates the hydrogen from hydroxide ion. It make it alkaline and more acidic, and the acidic part goes away, and the alkaline part is the one that's get filtered and comes to you. The problem with that is, chemically, if you look at it, as soon as you drop it in the water in the glass or leave a bottle open, guess what happened? Hydrogen ion from the air goes in and neutralizes it and makes it back to where it was before. So you wasted all this time to make something alkaline, and now voila, you're drinking tap water again. Now, yeah, you're best.
Wow.
You've been bamboozled. Is that the word?
Yeah. And then there's a water company that's somewhat new. I think, it's called Essentia. Mm-hmm. And they claim to have a high pH in their water.
Now,
that doesn't seem
so some of the companies, now I gotta be fair, right? Some of the companies have water water that has higher pH because they add mineral that transform that, and those are legit pH, right?
Okay.
Because the minerals are designed to change that, and it's a chemical reaction as opposed to electric reaction. So yes, those are fair numbers, but guess what? The highest of those that you could tolerate is about pH of 9.5. Balance7 pH is 11.2. That means it's 1,500 times stronger than your drinking water, and a few hundred times stronger than those. So there's nothing. That's why Balance7, you don't go like that a bottle. You just take 1 ounce 3 times a day, because it's extremely powerful. Its alkalinity will send a shock through your body. It's like, are you gonna exercise forever and forever?
Yes.
Are you gonna eat healthy?
Here's the bottle.
Yes.
So how much is a bottle like this? 32 ounces.
How much is it?
Yeah.
You're asking the wrong guy. I'm the doc. I don't know the price.
You're like, I'm not the marketing expert.
Yeah, don't you think that I don't know. I think it's for a month supply, somewhere $65 or something to that extent, but don't quote me.
How long does a bottle last you?
So I mean, it's 1 ounce 3 times a day, 3 ounces a day if you're really compliant.
Okay, so 10 days or so, 10 or 11 days.
But so I think it's just a healthy choice in life. So you're focusing on eating healthy and exercising. That never stops. So Balance7 is not going to stop, because our life, the way we are, the way we live, we just don't have that opportunity to really live the style of a life that we have to, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we live in an extreme fast-paced world where things are really not available for us. You go out. I mean, there's so much that doesn't allow you to be, completely healthy.
Yeah.
So that's why, hence, I said some of the vitamins will help out. A good example will be vitamin D, right? As a
Oh,
woman, extremely important. Unless you go in the sun. If you're in the sun, then that's fine. You check the level. Even that with higher age, that's recommended to take it. So if you're not going to be a person who's outdoorsy, then, you got to take vitamin D because you're not going to get it otherwise. So some of the supplements are essential because of our lifestyle, and Balance 7 is essential because of our lifestyle. Not only that, I mean, as I said, because you've been so since you were, was the first thing babies eat, right? A lot anything with high calorie, high fat, right?
yeah.
So from that standpoint, it's really tough to remain healthy and continue to be healthy. There are tons of studies now. The coronary artery disease or heart problem in the arteries or plugs in the arteries starts at the age of 12. So so the problems are happening through the years, and it's not so there's nothing is going to fix you like that. And so it's important to continue on with this forever.
So when you're traveling, that was my
Yeah.
only thinking is like, how do you, and you guys sent me this nice little travel bottle.
Yeah, that's nice. It's about, yeah,
Nice.
small one.
And
Yeah,
a weekend one. What if you're gone
yeah.
longer? I guess you just pack it in your suitcase, right?
You have to ship it in a suitcase, put it in your suitcase. Yeah. I mean, so there's a lot. I mean, it's the way it is made is very hard to convert it to, a lot of people and request that, why can't you make it a pill in a powder form? It's just the way it is made, and it's very almost makes it impossible to make it powder. And also it's very hard to just add water because the water we are using it is a different type of
Yeah.
water. So, and it's really hard to get that same consistency, same benefit from it. So from that standpoint, so yeah, it's just a little bit hassle of shipping it and thinking, I just have a gallon everywhere. I have one in my room, one in my office, one in the hospital. I have one in my car, and that small one is always in front of me. Because when I eat spicy food, boom, I get bloated, and so I did take a shot of that. Now the other part is for those people, I just take a shot of it, an extra shot of it whenever I need to. That's fine, So I don't want people to drink a lot, but if you need an extra shot, sure, no problem.
Okay, that's perfect. And so what type of because here's the thing that, and I'm not a doctor, so obviously correct me. I want you
You
to
play one on TV, though.
yeah, right. Sort of, I guess. You is there are um, medications to cure bacteria, like colds, not colds, but basically what I'm saying is like nothing can kill a virus, essentially. Like there's no medication for a virus
Nope.
versus like a bacteria. They say a bacterial infection versus a viral infection. That's what I'm trying to. I'm thinking of like strep throat, right?
Oh,
Or something like that. But they're saying viruses, they're more active because they're harder to actually
yeah.
eliminate. But if you have a high pH level, you
Mm.
can actually rid the body of the virus.
Let me help you. Let me
Yeah, yeah,
help.
yeah. Because you're
Let me
yeah.
help you. So medicine is complicated, but let me help you.
Okay.
So there are three type of infection, okay? There are viruses, bacteria, and fungal, okay?
Okay.
So do we have medication for viruses? The answer is yes. Do we have medication for bacteria? We had yes. Do we have medication for funguses? Yes. Depending, or fungi, I shouldn't say fungus. Depending on what you have, and science is catching up slowly, right? So every time we have something new, we're gonna work on it and try to develop something that kills it, basically. So for our bacteria, we have tons of antibiotic that kills those 99% of them. That now there's a percentage we can't do anything about. And same thing for fungal infection, we have antifungal that kills although they are nasty bugs that takes forever. And
Yeah.
then the viruses are usually short-lived, okay? For example, a flu virus, yes, you're right, we don't have any drugs, it completes the cycle and it dies. But with those, we enable your body to take care of those viruses, to kill the virus, and to be prepared when the virus comes in. Hence, why do we get immunization, right? Flu vaccine, it allows your body to be ready. It's like, hey, if anything like that ever walks in, go kill it. And that's what it is. It just sends the troops and it just start killing the viruses as soon as it comes to the contact to your body. Hence, if you look at the COVID, I don't want to get political in your show, but
How did a virus become political? It's just
I know people are just doing stuff.
I know.
It's so crazy, it drives me absolutely nuts. So as a critical care physician, I think the last 2 years have been the worst 2 years of my life as far as taking care. I've lost a lot of young people dying from COVID. So when people say, I don't want, vaccine, it's your personal choice. I have to respect that. But the consequences of what I see is just so different than what you ever think about. I have nightmares from it. But the vaccines are there, so it enables your body to develop a defense system where saying, I'm ready for you. You come to me, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to attack you before you cause damage, period. It doesn't allow the virus to take over, or at least limit its action, right? And viruses have a cycle. Once they complete their life cycle, they will die. Like the flu. If you don't get flu vaccination, there's a new variant. It lasts 6 days, 5 days, whatever, then you're fine, because eventually they die off. Your body start producing antibodies that kills those viruses. So you really, not worry about it. These persistent, resistant ones like COVID, once it gets a hold of you, it does transform your body to something else, and it just doesn't go away. They continue to replicate. It doesn't allow your body to have time to attack the virus. Your body is just catching up. I mean, it's a catch-up game, right? Some people make it and some people don't, right? And so so for viruses, your body needs to take care of it. For bacteria, your body cannot fight it, so you have to give antibiotics. For fungus, another infection, you definitely need medication that takes care of, antifungal medication that takes care of it.
So Balance7 would be good for people to incorporate into their lives, because it would help. Like, there's some people that don't want to take the vaccine, and I totally respect that. They could take Balance7 to help them should they get infected with COVID.
Well, so here's what it does. So does it stimulate your immune system? The answer is yes. Is that gonna help? Probably, because it makes you healthy, because it makes your body ready, yes. But as I said, once again, vaccine. And when you think about it, vaccine, some more. So there's no substitution for vaccine, period. There's just nothing I could say. I mean, you could be the healthiest man on the planet. If it's going to get a hold of you, it is going to cause damage. Now, the percentage is low.
Thank God, that it's very low.
So in the last wave, which is this one, I have patients between age of 30 to 50, that range. They're the sickest people I've ever had in the last 2 years, even compared to the 90-year-olds that used to come in. Because now all the older people are 90% plus or all vaccinated. So when they come in, they catch COVID, they're not as sick. But these young ones are, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, right? I was very lucky. I got COVID, and I'm so happy I got COVID. It was the greatest gift in 2020 for me so far, because now I'm not scared of it, and I have the antibodies. And I was lucky that my worst symptom was I was tired, but my best symptom was that I lost 5 pounds. And so I always joked before I wanted to talk about the vaccine or whatever. I don't tell people if I'm vaccinated or not, because I don't think it's anyone's business. Yeah, right. But before I did anything, I said, I can't do that. I need COVID again. I got to lose that 5 pounds. That was the best diet I've ever been on. I need my COVID. I could use COVID right at this moment because I need 5
Hey,
pounds off. 3 days gone.
awesome package for you, but like COVID.
Yeah, give me some
Good time out.
COVID.
You gave me
I
some
was
COVID.
very lucky that I
Yeah,
survived.
I think, as I said, it's one of the other things that people don't understand is the consequence of getting COVID. So it's not just, oh, I got it and I'm not going to have any problems. Now we're seeing people who had no symptoms. Now they come with problems with the heart disease, kidney disease, because it affects from A through Z of your body once it's in your system. So now people have with heart attacks or what we call arrhythmias, and they come in with kidney problems. They come with, mental problem. A lot of that as a long-term effect of that, because we still really don't know enough
I
about the
know,
virus
that's scary.
long-term effect of it. So that's why I always say, hey, listen, you might not have the symptoms, but guess what? I don't want you to have symptom 5 years, to stop it from getting it before and not worrying about long-term consequences. The second part about the vaccine, when your body build immunity, and that immunity through time, it goes down. So now we have tons of study that shows that, once you get your immunity, it will go down. And that's why they have the booster. Tons of studies shows also people who had first time, COVID, they got COVID, but their immunity weans off. So they also recommend to do, get your shot at 3 months. But once again, I'm just giving information, not saying what people should do
This
or
is
should.
also an option for people that do not want to get vaccinated because medical choice is still free in this country. Hold on to it. Hold on to your freedoms because it's your body. I respect no matter what you do. But if you don't want to take the vaccine, you're hesitant about it, that's okay. You don't have to tell anyone about it because you don't need a diet tribe down your throat. This is a good option for you. So stay healthy. That's all I'm going to say on that note.
And it does help you out also, kind of, if you're hungry, just take a sip of that, take an ounce of that, see what happens.
Oh, so this can help me with my 5 pounds I need to lose in 2 weeks. Can I do it in 2 weeks?
Why don't we have another Zoom in 2 weeks and I see how much weight you're gonna lose?
Wait, okay, let's talk about this because I don't know one person that doesn't want to lose some pounds, whether it's 2, 3, 10, 20, everybody wants to lose weight, right?
Right.
So if I want to lose 3 to 5 pounds in 2 weeks with using this, what's my schedule? Tell me my
So this is okay. So this is not gonna go in and burn your fat, right?
right.
Like, you look skinny. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just a little right here. You know
So
what I mean?
what it does is, what it does is when you drink it, right? When you drink it, it decreases your appetite, so you're not gonna eat as much.
Okay, so it says 3 shots a day, but you can actually take it as many times as you want.
Let's say you want to eat a big old meal, just have a little bit of, just take an ounce before and see what happens, because you're a little bit fuller and you're not gonna, don't want to eat as much. So as I said, there's nothing in the planet. There's nothing in the planet that makes you lose weight other than not eating. Hey, I guarantee you 10 pounds within, let's go 15 pounds within 2 weeks, but you have to do everything I tell you to do.
If I lost 15 pounds, I would die. I don't
want you to die. So how much do you want?
I only weigh, I'm really, really small boned. I only weigh like 112, 111, 112, but my optimal weight's like 107, 108. So if I lost 15 pounds, I would die.
I send you a package of gaining weight
No, because I'm really little. My doctor was like, yeah, because my bones are so small.
Yeah. No.
Don't
lose weight. Don't lose more weight.
Everybody's going to hate me after this podcast. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I lose 15 pounds. But what if I just wanted to lose 4 pounds?
So I think, I'll give you, so drink this because that's going to decrease your appetite when you're really hungry.
Okay. Yeah.
So but I'll tell you, so there's no significant correlation between the number of calories and how much 1 pound is equal to, right?
So it's not 3,000 like they have always said. Interesting.
Yeah, because there's so much more that goes into that calculation. So it's a good number. So if I say unrealistically 3,000 is equal to 1 pound, Sure, I'll buy it for sake of non-scientific thing, but no way. That's not equivalent. It doesn't work that way. You have to put age, metabolism. You have to. I mean, there's so much goes into that formula of 3,000 plus equals to 1 pound. It was an old 60 years ago. That's what they taught, and they built on that. It was just studies done on the, yeah, it wasn't accurate. So now
Okay.
we know the actuality is not that. There's so many variable that plays into that equation that doesn't correlate with 3,000 plus. The actual number is unknown, but you can get a very close estimate if you go there in Google and type in, you know, weight loss calculator, and it takes into account your age, your BMI,
Okay.
your medication, your diet. It takes a, there's a few 5 or 6 factor, and then it spits out the number of how many calories you're gonna eat to lose, no need to lose a pound. So, but if if you lose 5 pounds in a week, that's not good. I mean, obviously it's not
That's
good for
not
you.
healthy.
That's not healthy for you at your body weight and body, BMI of, and you being so little as it is. So that's a big number for you to lose in 1 week. It's unhealthy. It's going to have consequences. But if you lose it in 2 to 3 months, sure, no problem. It's not that, in a month or so, that's not a big deal because your body slowly adjusts to it. Because when people lose weight very fast, they gain it very fast and they
Yeah.
go over. So to me, my patients are always, I'll tell everybody my patients are, and I have a 98% success rate, and that's unheard of.
Wow.
But I tell them, look, I want you to write everything that you eat for the first week and see what you eat, because people are always in denial or not remembering. They always say, oh, I don't eat anything. No, you eat something. You got to eat something to gain weight. There's no way on the planet
Yeah.
you're not going to eat and gain. There's just no reason. There's nothing. You take all the diseases that cause slows down metabolism. Still, there's no way on earth you're going to gain weight unless you.
That's
That's
true.
it. Because your body needs calorie. If there's no oxygen in the air, what are you going to breathe?
Right.
Nothing. I mean, it has to be. So, calories in your body that's what makes you gain. So you have to take that into consideration. But yes, if you drop your calories, you will lose slowly.
Okay.
Just write your calories. Don't worry about how many pounds you need to lose. Just say, okay, I want to eat 200, 300, 400 calories less a day than compared to what I used to. And then over time, you will see a decrease for sure. There's no question about it.
So, and that's the thing too. It's like with my watch, the Apple Watch, who knows? I'm cheap, so I have the older one. It's like it says, and then I only burn, if I don't work out, I burn like 1,400, maybe 12. If I work out, I'm only at like 16, 17, 18. If I had like a crazy day, like 2,000, that's not a lot.
Now, how much you eat? How many
And then
calories?
I'm probably eating, I mean, I try to eat at least like 1,000 to 1,300. I mean, 1,000 is like I'm starving. So I usually eat probably 1,500 calories a day.
Say you don't know, because if you had gone through this and with your just calculation, you would have been disappearing by now. So you're eating more than what you're saying you're eating. You're not counting some things that are, a coffee that had sugar. You're not counting a chewing gum that has
No,
calories in
I
it.
have this app that puts the things in there. But here's the thing: is like if I want to lose weight,
Mm-hmm.
I have to eat 1,000 calories a day, which is so hungry.
Yeah.
I'm become moody.
So what does it tell you?
That I
What
need
kind
more food.
No, so basically your body's saying, wait a minute. I need energy. I need resources. You're depleting me. You cannot lose at this rate. Do not lose more because I need, your body's telling you what it needs. Give it to them, because people don't realize what your body does. In order to compensate, it slows down its metabolism. So it's not going to burn as much calories. in order to preserve you, because you don't do it, your body's saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to do something about it. So your body has this, counterintuitive on what you think is that, okay, you want to lose a lot of weight, you want to, I need to slow down because I'm not getting this. I need to work on a slower pace of how I utilize the energy that I have left. So you might not lose weight just because you drop a significant amount of calories. If you go to, in your cases, because you're eating so little, the big changes, your body is going to have the other effect where it's going to slow down, and you're not going to lose weight, and you feel hungry all the time. You're going to be miserable. So
what's the happy medium?
Okay, so let's say, because you don't have a lot of weight to lose, right? You don't have extras, right? I mean, you're just it's little. So you can't lose a lot of weight. So maybe you need to get toned.
Yes, I'm actually going to go to a fit bar class, a barbell fit class.
Today. So you need so you need
presses and
so if you don't have a gut and you don't have a belly and if you're slimmer, then so your next step is to get fitter, not to lose more weight, but to build in muscle and lean muscle as opposed to that.
Because that helps you burn, because I do lift, but I could probably burn more. That helps you burn more calories.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can eat more. Yeah. So really, instead of running on the treadmill, I should be lifting.
By now, I mean, there are tons of data showing running is not a good way to lose weight anyways. So
the best way is really just watch what you eat and
just I mean, as I said, if you watch what you eat and you exercise to be healthy, you will lose weight. There's no question about it. I mean, so once again, remember, when you eat fruits and vegetables and healthy stuff, they have a lot of value into them that you could absorb it, and that doesn't even count as calorie and part of it, right? So you're getting full, but you're getting full in a better way, in a healthier way, in the way that your body absorbs minerals and vitamins and essential nutrient that needs to function properly, from your brain to your heart to your lungs to your kidney. Everything is going to be in a better shape. And also your gut health is so important. So these are all these bacteria that works in harmonious way with your body, and they need sort of specific nutrient to stay healthy, so they keep you healthy.
Yeah, no, that all absolutely makes sense. Well, this has been an amazing episode, and now I'm definitely gonna be more cautious of what I eat. Now, the quick question I have too is, you said to take this before I have a meal, but it says a half hour before. So I did.
So basically, you take 1 ounce, a half an hour before or after meal. Okay. But I'm saying, for in your case, saying, okay, I want to lose a little bit more weight, by taking it right before you eat,
like right before, not a half hour, like right
before, it decreases your appetite a little bit, or it gives you a little what's called satiety, where you feel a little full, but and so you will eat less. So basically, kind of it sends some signal to the brain saying, I'm not as hungry.
Okay, gotcha. That's good to know. I'm going to try that tonight, and I'll report back in my notes.
In 2 weeks, I'll hunt you down and be like, hey, where you stand with your weight?
Yeah, right? I'm just trying to get my face more chiseled. That's all I want. Like, all my weight goes to my face.
Okay. Did you know? Okay. All right. Did you know that we have a skin product called Smooth Skin? It's called Smooth Skin.
Yes, and you sent that to me, and it's in my room. I didn't use it yet. I should have, because I actually got laser. I'm like just finally recovered from laser. So I have no makeup except my eyes. I just put on my tinted sunscreen. But I was going to, will it slim my jawline?
Try it and you'll see. In 2 weeks, I've got to talk to you anyway, so we'll find out.
Wait, so how do I put it on a cotton pad and go like this?
No. Spray and that's it.
Do I push it in?
Spray it and leave it alone.
Okay, so I have a skincare regimen. So I do my face cleanser, then my toner, then my serum, then my moisture. Where does this go in my regimen?
Before your moisture.
So after my toner,
No, so before your toner, sorry, now I've got too many layers. You're confusing. It's like a surgery. Which one do I do first?
Yeah, well, that's why I look like this at 85. You know what I'm just kidding.
So I think, once you wash your face, before you put anything else, spray that, let it dry. It just takes about 5-7 seconds. Then you can do whatever else.
And then I could do the toner to wipe off and all that. Okay, so I can do the toner and kind of wipe it all off because it's going to soak into my skin.
Wait, no, so you don't have to wipe this off. What do you do after the toner? You clean your face?
I put a serum on.
Okay, right before the serum on. How's that? I don't want you to.
So after the toner, spray it, and then I'll put the serum on top of.
Right. So what it does, it's a great exfoliant, okay? This product's a great exfoliant. So you could use it during the day, 3-4 times, just so when you're walking around and spray it, no big deal, okay? But what it does is, so once again, it's all about pH, right? The pH of the skin is, the basal, the layers underneath are very acidic, okay? The environment is acidic. It needs to be acidic in order to fully function.
Okay.
And keep your skin healthy. By applying that, it's an exfoliant. I mean, get rid of the dead cell on top. And because its pH is high, it forces your skin, internal skin layer, to produce more acid. By doing so, your skin becomes so much more healthier, more toner. So it allows your own skin to function better. We did clinical trials with for example, acne, right? It's the same sort of problem. And the kids, 60% response rate. That was amazing what it does. And it's not burning, it's not alcohol, it doesn't smell. It doesn't, you don't take a pill, it just 3, 4, 5 times and you're good to go. That's it.
And what is that called if people want to order it?
It's called My Smooth Skin.
My Smooth
Skin.
So I went to the dermatologist last week to get my laser on my face and my neck, because I'm at that point where you have to now pay for both, right? You finally can afford the face, and then they're like, now you got to do your neck and chest. You're like, mother. So I wanted to do like a peel or something on my legs because I was stupid, like most people are when they're younger, and they just lay out in the sun, and being tan was the best thing, and you go to the tanning bed. So I thought I could do this like peel, and they were like, no, like that's more for texture and older skin. Like you are spots, but they weren't like all sunspots. I'm getting like some of these white, you can't really see them. They're very.
Oh my God, your skin looks so bad.
I know. No, it's like they're like white spots, and they're like, it's hereditary. Yeah. They said it's hereditary.
And so just apply that 3-4 times a day, and then in 2 weeks you tell me
if it gets rid of the spots. You might send me another bottle because you only gave me a little one.
Okay, I'll send you one in 2 weeks. I have to.
When it works, I'll buy it. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. In 2 weeks, I have to see all of a sudden you're gonna look like that, all crazy. Like, what happened? Balance-7.
Yeah. Or like Imbalance 7, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta wear my mask. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have done the interview this way, right?
Oh gosh, I know, right? Okay, so tell everybody where they can find this product.
It is at balance7.com. The word balance, number 7.com.
Okay,
and you can find out it.
Perfect. And okay, so they just go on there, order it, and it ships directly to their house. And a 32-ounce bottle, you're taking a shot 3 times a day, so do the math. So you probably need 3 in a month, 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and he doesn't know the cost because he's the creator, not the marketer. So go online and find out yourself.
Well, I think it comes in 3 bottles, so it's a 1 month supply. You can take a smaller one, but they have a gallon size one that you could do for the whole month, one big old gallon if you want to do that. They have all the options there.
Yeah, I do like it. I've only been on it for like 4 or 5 days now, and I do feel, not to be like disgusting, but whatever. I've already said it tasted like semen. That's just my opinion, which there's nothing wrong with it. Digestion was hello.
Yeah. So also, so I'm working with athletes, elite athlete like football player and basketball player on a higher level, and this has an amazing recovery post workout because it decreases lactic acid or to create, allow your body to buffer more lactic acid so you don't get as exhausted, as tired, recovery time shortening. So it just all goes back to the same
So it
concept.
kind of just helps your body like rid of just toxins and waste and things that you don't need, because that's like the things that I've noticed. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely 3 days, 72 hours, some people a week, you will slowly find, and once you hit the 3 weeks margin, then you'll see you'll see a difference. Now people say, oh, I'm not feeling any more difference. I said, well, you do, because it's the smaller changes now, because you hit the big change and now it's smaller in maintenance. And people who get out of this and they don't take it for a few days, and then they feel really bad after a week or two, and then they go back on it. It's your body, as I said, once again, you've got to take it. That's your buddy forever.
Yeah.
You're married to it and you can't divorce till death do you part.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you said about the taste, like the worse that your body is condition it's in, the worse it is. So it's almost like a competition to get to the more neutral. I feel bad saying that his product tastes like I must sound like the biggest hoe. Like I'm not. I'm 39 years old. I have had that in my mouth. Okay, judge if you want. I'm not married, so I wasn't very good at it. But I'm just kidding. They did tell you were on a comedy podcast, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, listen, I love it. As I said, as a physician, you always think like, am I gonna make a good comic? But you see so much. You got materials like, oh my God, the things that I see is just unbelievable. Like what do I see in and out?
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, this is gonna be a material galore for you guys.
Yeah.
I'll do a stint with you.
Hey, sounds like a plan. When I get a chiseled jaw, I'm 5 pounds off, and I'm feeling great. We'll go.
Okay, listen, you're on.
All right. Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on and informing us about this product and also giving health advice. If you guys have any questions, go to balance7.com to order it. It's awesome. I've been taking it. I was very blessed to be able to try this product for free. I think it's definitely worth the cost, whatever it may be. We'll find out. But yeah, and I appreciate you coming on and taking time out of your busy day. And everybody at home listening, wherever you are, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Next to Madison, and we'll see you next time to find out who's next.
Hey, your host here, Madison Malloy. Please make sure to subscribe to the show on all podcast platforms, and please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at contact@nexttomadison.com. I thank you again for listening. Bye.